What's up, good people and Eagle and Commander fans? You guys, I hope you enjoy yourself. I will say there is a difference between Commander fans and Eagle fans. You know that? What do you see different between the two of them?
Anything? Eagle fans are jerks.
There you go. You know what?
And they eat horse shit too.
Oh, there you go. See, shout out to Michael Anthony Fitness, GigaCon.
So they win the Super Bowl, gonna be more.
Oh my God,
horse shit.
Well, right now it's all frozen, and I'm gonna say, shout out to my friends that are further south than us. Angelica Barone pulled out the tape measure, and she said 6.5 inches is just too much. It's just too much snow. Yeah, in the panhandle of Florida, they got 6.5. I can't even believe that. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. So we're mulling around the whole Brian Schottenheimer as head coach, and I can say Cowboy fans are pissed off. Although, when have we not been pissed off? I gotta be honest, we're really kind of an angry fan base with Jerry Jones. Are you pissed off? Or are you just at the point of, are you beyond pissed off and you're at the point of, I don't give a crap anymore because it's just going to be screwed up?
I stopped caring.
Okay, so I'm curious which one you are. Are you pissed off at the Cowboys? Because, see, if you're pissed off, that means you still care. You know that, right? If you're mad about it, it's because you actually care. So maybe that's the problem. You still care about what goes on with the Cowboys. And I gotta say, my feet, I put heat on our feet. My feet are cold. Must be a sign of getting old, because when you get old, you start getting cold. And I used to not get cold, but then again, it's only 11 degrees right now. So the media, Cowboys media and the talking heads, they're pissed off about the whole Brian Schottenheimer possibility. I'm going to have a wait and see attitude, because, you know, this is a case where Jerry Jones can look like a genius if he wants to. And that is by hiring Brian Schottenheimer and then actually supporting him. You know what I'm saying?
It's going to be the same.
Well, it probably will be. But see, this would be a case where if he went out there, because there's a rumor right now being spread about me and the crew, about Kyle Pitts. Now, this will make DMV happy, because DMV, back 4 years ago when Kyle Pitts was a draft prospect, he said that was his target. He's like, you know, because Kyle Pitts in Atlanta, he's 6'6". He's a wide receiver in a tight end's body, and as a rookie had over 1,000 yards and was a Pro Bowler. Okay. And everybody looked and was like, oh, that Kyle Pitts, you know, that first round pick, Kyle Pitts.
Don't tell me he's rumored to come to the Cowboys.
Well, here's the thing. He had that great rookie season, and then, meh. Now, some of that you might say is that the team itself didn't exactly do well, and they didn't exactly have great quarterbacks and stuff, although, you know, they had Kirk Cousins, who was slinging the rock like crazy earlier this year and was looking great until he hit the wall.
Yeah, and then the rookie came in and blew his socks off.
Well, I don't know if he blew our socks off.
Well, he played better.
But they're at the point of the 5th-year option, which I think is, you know, it's kind of up there. So the rumor is that because they don't want to pay that 5th-year option, because they didn't exactly get out of him what they had hoped for, that he might be a cap casualty and cut, in which case I hope that he'll sign a good contract to somebody and get a comp pick. So, you know, let's say he signs a $7, $8, $9, $10 million deal, then maybe they get a 4th round comp pick. Or the other option is they try and trade him. Now, Mike Fisher was going through and talking about this morning, and for whatever reason, he thinks that the Cincinnati Bengals would trade maybe a 3rd round pick to get him. Now, for me, the reason I'm talking about Kyle Pitts, wide receiver in a tight end body, is having weapons that have a full body. It may behoove Kyle Pitts to go to someplace else. after so many years and so on, sometimes you just need a change of scenery. And, maybe that's the case for him. Now, here's where you kind of say, that could be a possibility. Because let's take Jonathan Mingo, that the Cowboys a couple of years ago had high grades on him. And they kept saying, oh, we really like Jonathan Mingo and everything else. He gets drafted and doesn't really play very well for Carolina. And the Cowboys value what they graded him at a couple of years ago as a second-round pick. And they ended up trading a fourth-round pick to get him. Right? The Cowboys...
You graded this guy a number 2 pick?
Well, he was drafted in the second round.
No,
Mingo was.
Then there's no reason to even consider it.
Well, the Cowboys graded him as a second-round pick, and he didn't really pan out that well for Carolina.
We don't need
but the Cowboys still valued him and just said, it's the situation of him being in Carolina. That's the guy we want to get, in the same way they did about Trey Lance, because they were high on Trey Lance, and they traded a fourth-round pick to get him. So if you graded Mingo and you were high on him, or maybe you were just high on him as a second-round pick, that you valued him enough to give up a fourth for him, who's to say you don't look at this and say, I give up a fourth-round pick for Kyle Pitts, maybe even a third-round pick if they're the Cowboys front office. Because here's where I look at it and say, as people say that Dak Prescott's always got everything, I ask you, truthfully, when was the last time we had elite tight end play? I can say the best we've had in the last 10 years is probably Dalton Schultz, 800 and some yards. And Dalton Schultz is not a good blocker. Dalton Schultz is kind of a good receiver at times, but he had a lot of drops, and he didn't make any yards after catch. We thought we were going to have a tight end with Fergalicious, but Ferguson, for whatever reason, he did not take that next step. He took 2 steps back. Injuries and just not getting there. And tight ends are key in today's NFL. Tight ends are as important and maybe even more important than wide receivers. And when you look at the teams out there that are still playing, the tight end, they have great ones. And you look at some of the dominant teams in the past. When you look at San Francisco with George Kittle, imagine San Francisco without George Kittle. We beat them because George Kittle made that key catch down the middle. Think about Kansas City without Kelsey. They ain't the same team. Pat Mahomes ain't Pat Mahomes without Kelsey. You think about the Eagles with Dallas Goedert, and before that, Zach Ertz. And you can look at it and say, Zach Ertz was making key receptions for the left hand up in this game this past week. And so as you see this, tight end, another one of those positions that we just haven't had a key individual that can make a difference, that is a difference maker, and is that quarterback's security blanket. I don't know if Kyle Pitts is the guy to do that, but I could say the Cowboys definitely had interest in him. I know DMV believed in that guy. And I know that Dak Prescott, having a guy who's 6'6", a big target like that, where you can do jump balls, where he'd be able to out-jump people, I'd be willing to try a fourth-round pick on that. Hell, after you spend a fourth-round pick for Mingo, I would definitely take a third-round pick and try that situation. And as far as Jerry Jones and the coaching situation, I'm going to say that we haven't seen the cake baked yet. We know how the Cowboys operate, and, we're like Charlie Brown getting ready to kick the football, and Lucy pulls the football away every time. One of these times, Jerry Jones isn't. Alrighty, good people, I hope you all have a great day. I'm on the road with Michael Anthony Fitness GigaCon. And what you got coming up on your channel, man? Got anything? Michael Anthony's greatest hits? But the fans are yearning for it, man. You can't. You got to get the people what they want. Get the people what they want. Look, check out Mike MAF Giggy Khan. Tell him Mark Holmes sent you. Peace out.